Listen up. Come to the center of the room, please. This is a Schwartz. When you have done something good, you will receive 1 Schwartz. $1,000 Schwartz equals an extra 5 minutes for lunch.
What is the cash value of a Schwartz?
Excellent question, Pam. 1/100th of a cent.
So 10,000 of your dollars is worth 1 real dollar?
Just zip your lid. Good. Now, let us discuss precipitation. Stanley, when rainfall occurs, does it usually fall in a liquid, solid, or gaseous state?
Liquid.
Very good. You have earned 1 Schwartz.
I don't want it.
Then you have been deducted 50 Schwartz.
Make it 100.
Don't you want to earn Schwartz?
No, in fact, I'll give you 1 billion Stanley nickels if you never talk to me again.
What's the ratio of Stanley nickels to Schwartz?
The same as the ratio of unicorns to leprechauns.
Okay.
That's it! Class is canceled. Everybody out.
No, wait. What are you doing?
I'm punishing them.
No. Class is not canceled.
When students get zeros for missing work, it is the academic death penalty. Have you ever seen one pick up a 0 and say, a 0? I have now seen the light. I shall go forth and sin no more. A 0, I now. Why didn't it occur to me before? I realized the value of time management. But the appropriate penalty for missing work is getting the work done. We have to get rid of the average. When you coach track, do you decide who to send to the championships at the end of the semester based upon their average time? You do not. She decides who's running best at the end of the season. Average doesn't make sense. It assumes linearity, and I've never worked with a linear student in my life. And they're going to blow a test. They're going to mess up a project. What lesson do we want to teach them when they meet failure? The lesson I want my children to learn and your children to learn is one of resilience. So the consequence is not merely a low grade. The essence of assessment for learning is that there are serious consequences for messing up. The most serious consequence is not a 0, it's not an F, it's called getting it done. And I'm quoting this one young man now because his words were so persuasive to me. It is such a hassle in this school, man. You try to turn this stuff in, she gives it back to you. You miss it, she makes you do it again. You can't even get a D. It's such a hassle in this school, man, to get a C. You might as well get a B.
If things aren't going right, the first response is, let's make more rules. Give teachers scripts to follow in the classroom so that even if they don't know what they're doing and don't care about the welfare of our kids, as long as they follow the scripts, our kids will get educated. Rules and incentives, sticks and carrots, is that there is no set of rules, no matter how detailed, no matter how specific, no matter how carefully monitored and enforced, there is no set of rules that will get us what we need. The rules. So there are teachers who have these scripts to follow, and they know that if they follow these scripts, the kids will learn nothing. And so what they do is they follow the scripts, but they follow the scripts at double time and squirrel away little bits of extra time during which they teach in the way that they actually know is effective.
Our motivations are unbelievably interesting. I mean, the science is a little bit freaky. One, as long as the task involved only mechanical skill, Bonuses worked as they would be expected. The higher the pay, the better their performance. Once the task called for even rudimentary cognitive skill, a larger reward led to poorer performance. The thing about this is that it actually isn't all that anomalous. This has been replicated over and over and over again by psychologists, by some extent by sociologists, and by economists, over and over and over again. Now, once you do that, it turns out there are three factors that the science shows lead to better performance, not to mention personal satisfaction. Autonomy, mastery, and purpose. We start treating people like people and not assuming that they're simply horses, slower, smaller, better-smelling horses. If we get past this kind of ideology of carrots and sticks and look at the science, I think we can actually build organizations and work lives that make us better off, but I also think they have the promise to make our world just a little bit better.